Hi everyone. Good morning. It's Monday. You know what happens on Monday, right? I'm going to suggest to you that when you're at pattern-collections.com, you go all the way down here to the PayPal button, and if you have an extra dollar or two to spare this week or this month, if you could make a donation to help Ina run this website, I would appreciate it. It's not my money. I don't get a dollar. I get nothing. All I get is the joy of being able to use this particular website without advertising. That's what I get out of it. Pattern focus is where we're going to go to find today's pattern. We're going to go down. We're almost done with January prompts. Yes, I know it's the end of March. That's how it works. We're going to go here to quad ellipse. So this one is done on a dot grid, but I'm not going to use the dot grid because I don't need it. I don't like it's not my particular fondness of this, what's happening here with this kind of angular business. I want it more flowy, but you absolutely can use the dot grid if you need it. So if you need the grid, it's 5 dots down, 5 dots over, 5 dots down. And in this middle one here, second row down, you're going to do a rice shape, 2 of them. And then again, vertically, we're going to do that rice shape again. So it's basically like the middle of a flower of life, okay? But then coming off from about the middle here, lining up with that dot, coming out and to that dot, you're going to make a petal shape. But I see these ending up kind of squarish. You see how they kind of have a bit of an angle to them? That's not my favorite. It just isn't. It's up to you. You do what you want. But that's the finished pattern. And then you can do all sorts of variations. And we're just going to play with one of these maybe. There it is with just like a simple, like a flower. Haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do yet. Perhaps right in the middle of a small page. Let's just do a tiny page. I haven't done a tiny page in a while. Oh yes, I have. That was the steampunk page. I have done a tiny page in a while, but that's okay. Let's pick a nice spring color because I want to feel like spring. Hopefully by the time you see this, spring has sprung. We haven't had spring quite yet here. Ooh, there's a pretty bright green. Let's use that one. Spring hasn't quite sprung yet on the day that I'm recording this. I'm recording this in the latter part of February. So I have not yet been super springy, but it's getting closer. Days are better. We've had less rain, less cold. We still are getting our wind, which drives my sinuses absolutely nuts. I'm going to decide what size I want this to be. I'm going to make my petal kind of this size with my leaf out in here, maybe. This is just going to be a guide. Instead of using with the grid, I could totally put dots in here. I'm just going to go rogue here. So I want my leaf coming out this way. So I'm going to want my thing that way. Okay. Let's use, shall I use just my regular black? I guess so. Let's use just a regular pen. Today I'm using a Micron pen. Why? Because that's the one I grabbed. Some people ask me about what I'm using, my supplies. And you guys know that I use what I have. I could totally just use a regular old ballpoint pen. So we're just going to make 4 rice shapes just like that. See how simple that is? And then we're going to make this flower petal shape. It's going to come from about the middle of each of these. And I'm going to decide it's going to come out to here, kind of straight out from there. That's going to be my ending points. I'm just making myself a little dot to where I want to end. But instead of making these other dots to kind of go like that, I'm just going to make a leaf shape. More like that. Because that's what I want to do. Are they perfect? Absolutely not. Do they follow the pattern? Yep, they absolutely do. And now you can just, that's it. That's your basic pattern. And now you can just embellish and enjoy and have fun with however you want to do this. I'm going to erase any pencil marks that I made. And what should I do? How should I embellish? I want to do something different than any of those samples there, so I'm not going to look at them. I'm going to make wider petals here. I think I'm not going to do it on the other side. I'm just going to do it on one side because I like that look. I think in here I'm going to put spirals. That. And then I'm going to maybe do this. Like that. And then I think I want something. I have a smudge there. How do I have a smudge there? Something like that. Something like that. Now I think I'm going to color in with black some of these spots to give it really a big contrast. I feel like I need a spiral here. That. And I also feel like I need a spiral here. they kind of feel like, because of the kind of weird green color, they kind of feel like cucumber for some reason. I don't know why I'm feeling cucumber. That looks good. I like that. What is this one called? This one's called Quad Ellipse. E-L. And I'm going to put a little bit of more dark, but I want a bigger tip. Let me use my 07. I'm going to use an 07. This one happens to be Copic multiliner to fill in some of these areas with dark. It's just easier to fill in with a bigger pen, but you don't have to have one. If you don't have one, just fill it in with the pen you have. It totally will work. It's just easier with a bit bigger nib. So how are you guys? How's life treating you? Please let me know in the comments below if you have any prayer requests or anything. I do that. If you guys tell me of a concern that you have, I do stick you on my prayer list, whether you know it or not. Deciding whether I want it dark all the way to the middle of that or not, and I'm not sure I do. So I'm going to first do this, because I do want these filled in. You guys are the praying kind. I would appreciate some prayers for some things that are going on at work. Not going to be specific. Doesn't really matter. I have learned long ago that I don't need to know the specifics of a particular situation to pray for someone. Matter of fact, I would rather not know, because I find that sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes the prayer request list at at church or whatever starts to become gossip. You know, we need to pray for so and so because X, Y, and Z, and then the X, Y, and Z becomes more important than the we need to pray for somebody. Oh, what happened? Tell me the details. I want to know everything. And that's not as important as the fact that that person needs prayer. So I have started to back off on needing to know what specifically is going on in that person's life that they need prayer for. As long as I've been told that this particular person needs prayer, then that's what I do. I'm no longer dwelling on the specifics of what they need prayer about. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I feel like I want to add some color to this. Do I want to add... I'm going to add a little bluey green. So for my colored pencils right now, I'm using these Castle Arts colored pencils. I'm finding them, they're not 100% as good as my very expensive Prismacolors. However, for a colored pencil that is more budget friendly, it is a very good color pencil and I'm enjoying them immensely. Just want to let you know about those. You don't have to have them. Use what you have. I'm never ever going to say to go out and spend money that you don't have. If you got the money, cool. If you don't have the money, don't waste money on supplies that you don't need. Use what you have. You've got Crayola color pencils. You got the color pencils from the dollar store. Whatever you've got. If you don't have color pencils, don't use color pencil. You know, use what you got. If you got crayon, use that. You got watercolor or whatever you have. That's cool. Absolutely use that. The only pencil that I'm not overly happy with these ones is the white. And I have discovered in many brands of, whether it's watercolors or acrylics or whatever it is, that I don't have them in here. Let's use a pen instead. That oh, that's not going to write on there now that I've put the wax. Okay. Use it here though. The white seems to be the one pigment that is the hardest to make a really good white. And so that if I'm going to spend money on upgrading any of my materials, white is the first thing I upgrade. In my acrylics, in like even this gel pen, I have found this is to be the best one, and I will spend a little extra on a Uniball Signo gel pen over a other brand of white pen, just because I find that the pigment is the best. I think I want here. I'm gonna get a yellow and see if yellow will show up. I'm not sure yellow will show up. I'm going to try the lightest yellow I have, which is lemon yellow light. Let's see. Not really. Yellow's not really doing it. Okay. Will a peach work? Oh, yes. It's got a little bit of orange in it. Kind of reminds me of a melon. First it was cucumber. Now I think of thinking melon. I don't know. I just felt like it needed some other color. Why? I don't know. It's just calling for it. Just listen to my page. I like that. I like that a lot. Simple, effective, a little bit of coloring. That's it. Boom, done. Easy. Another quick and easy one. You guys have a great day. You know, if there's someone that you want me to put on my prayer list, I'd be happy to do so. Let me know in the comments below. Or if you don't want to put it in the comments below and you want to make it more private, go over to Draw Tangles with Dawn. Send me a private message. That's cool. I will answer those. And I'll see you later. You guys have a great day. And like I said, if you are the praying kind, if you would pop a little prayer in there for some situations that are going on at my workplace, I would appreciate it. And you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.